Tonight, a 13 Investigates special report. A Capital Region woman battling drug addiction says her fight for sobriety was nearly derailed by an angry and abusive psychiatrist.
That woman is now suing the doctor and the St. Peter's Run Recovery Center where she says the abuse took place. Tessa Bentulin sat down with her and is here now in the studio with her frightening story. Tessa.
Elaine, Rachel, Dawn McGrath says she is a shadow of her former self. She says she summoned the courage to kick her addiction in 2017, but says she never thought the place she turned to for help would turn against her.
When Dawn McGrath pores over old photographs, she yearns to have her life back.
And that's what my life is now. Is looking at pictures of what it used to be, because this psychiatrist decided he didn't care about me, what he said, or what it would do to me.
The psychiatrist was Clarence White, a locum tenens or independent contractor at St. Peter's Addiction Recovery Center, SPARC. Dawn turned to SPARC in December 2017, looking for help and support to stay clean after battling her fentanyl addiction.
They were amazing. They were my family. They had to become my new family. I was so concentrating on my sobriety, took everything.
Initially, Dawn was at St. Peter's every day, but she says a revolving door of psychiatrists left her with a doctor who seemed constantly distracted and disinterested in her sessions.
So I said to them, you know, can I get a different psychiatrist? And they had said, yeah, well, he's leaving anyway, so you're going to be seeing Dr. White. I said, great. I said, tell me a little bit about him.
Dawn was hoping for a new start, a change from what she says were SPARC's constantly rescheduled appointments and long stretches in the waiting room. Between her job, the drive time to her appointments, and her sessions, time was precious. After waiting 45 minutes for her first appointment with White, she approached the receptionist to reschedule. That's when the doctor finally appeared.
He goes, are you rescheduling? I go, yes. I go, you're 45 minutes late. I have to go. And that's when he said, what does somebody like you have to do with their time? And that's the first time that I had realized, or what I thought people were going to think about me for the rest of my life. He was basically saying, you're a drug addict. What do you have to do with your life? I was in shock. Because so many things are like, I'm realizing, oh God, if my psychiatrist thinks I'm nothing and is it? So I left.
With the emotions spilling over, Dawn ran to her car and called back into the office. The receptionist convinced her to return to the building and speak with her counselors, claiming White had left for the day. So she did.
I look up, and there he is, walking towards me. So I put my head back down, and he goes, seriously? Over a couple minutes? I go, dude, just stop. I go, it was more than a couple minutes. I go, you're outrageous. And he goes, no, seriously, what does a junkie like you have to do? What does a junkie like you have to do with her time? And as I'm walking, he's now decided he's gonna follow me. And the hallway's long. It's a long hallway. I'm starting to walk fast now, and he's right on my heels, calling me every name, telling me to go F myself. I'm an effing loser. I'm an effing junkie. Who do I think I am?
Dawn finally races back into the office, but the alleged abuse continued.
There was another receptionist in there, and their eyes are just like, what is happening? And he's right on my heels, and he didn't care. He didn't care that the receptionists were there. He wasn't going to stop. He just was right here, and I kept saying, and at this point I'm shaking, I'm starting to cry, and I just said, please go get help.
The situation got more and more volatile. Yet another worker behind the front desk refused to even make eye contact with Dawn.
And then I said, look. And so she turned as he's standing there, and I said, don't look away from me, please. And he's still in my ear berating me. And then he leaned close enough so that he's right here up against this side. And that's when he's like, you're a piece of shit.
Dawn says eyewitness statements were taken immediately with counselors and others in the room, and she left.
One of the girls was, I remember as I was going through the hallway, I heard her literally say out loud, I thought he was going to hit her.
We reached out to Clarence White's attorney, Robin Phelan, a number of times, but so far we haven't gotten a response back. St. Peter's transferred Clarence White to another Spark facility right after that confrontation. As far as Dawn, she continued on with her recovery work at Spark, but she also planned to sue the psychiatrist. She says she had no idea the trauma she was in for once St. Peter's learned of her plan to take legal action. More on that tomorrow night.